What is going on, everybody? It is your friendly neighborhood gamer, PTK BLAM, and we are back with another live episode of the Shop Podcast here on another beautiful Thursday afternoon, guys. Once again, I do want to say that I appreciate everybody coming out, supporting the channel, supporting the podcast, guys. I know I'm doing the daily videos now, so you guys please be patient with those. I got another video that I got to pump out tonight, and you guys have been great with the support on the daily videos also, too. It's hard for me starting out, but I'm gonna continue to push forward and do it. So we got another live show, guys. If you did not see the link on Twitter, please retweet and share that link, man, with as many people in here as possible, man. But let me go ahead and get to my panel. Always got my guys in here. We call this a shop for a reason. Every time we get together, it feels like a barber shop. So we in here, we live. So we're gonna start out with my boy Predator, man. Let everybody know how you been doing.
Oh man, I'm good, man. Knees fine. Been working. Announced my retirement from the military this week. So
oh, that's right, man. Congrats on that, man. You guys congratulate Predator, man. Sir, how long was it? 20? Was it how many years, man?
It'll be 20 in April. So
20 years, man, of service, man. It takes a special individual, man.
We appreciate it. Straight out of high school?
Yeah.
I did no, I came in at 21. I did college for a couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm old.
Okay, he was dishonorably discharged from his college.
They do treat it like the league. You be like, you're 20, you 21, and you a rookie. Oh man, you old.
All right, guys, and next up, my boy Live, man, just popped in here in a little bit. So let everybody know what's up with you, Live.
Yeah, nothing much, man. Just you're having a good time. I'm waiting on that Sea of Thieves, man, to come. I'm telling you, we're gonna be me, Bone, and Neff and Flip. We're gonna be doing some live streams, man. Doing those co-streams. That shit we're not gonna be the best at it, but this shit is gonna be entertaining.
For sure, man. We all waiting on that Sea of Thieves, man, for sure. If you're not in the Insider program, aka Chuck, you need to go ahead and get your in the Insider program.
Yo, PT,
you can actually get a chance to play.
We had Bone holding a chest yesterday for like 30 minutes, yo.
Make sure he ain't drink, huh?
I know.
Drink, huh?
Yeah, you can't drink if you gotta hold the chest.
Yeah,
he was mad as hell. He was like, "You got me on here sober as shit."
Stupid. All right, and Live, you give yourself a shout out, G.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Then Chuck. Last but not least, my boy Triple Cup Chuck, man. Let everybody know how you been.
Man, I've been good. You know what I'm saying? Life is great. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Gaming is excellent right now. I'm hearing a lot of people talking a lot of good things about gaming. We've been getting good announcement on both sides, on the Xbox and the PlayStation. So it's a good time to be a gamer. It's your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm up and I'm ready to talk about this gaming goodness.
For sure. So let's dive right in. We're not gonna waste no more time. So the first thing I want us to talk to you about, guys, I actually saw this question on Twitter, so I low-key kind of stole it. I don't remember the person's name who put it up as a poll on Twitter, but if I find it, don't worry, I'll shout you out. But it was what is you guys' most wanted game in November? And he had a list too when he put his up. Call of Duty, obviously, World War II, Super Lucky Tail. He had Need for Speed, and he had Star Wars Battlefront 2. So which out of those 4 games do you think you guys would be picking up, like, out of the 4? You know, if you had to go in order from, you know, the one you want the most to the least likely one. We're going to go ahead and start with you, Pred.
I would say it's going to be Call of Duty. Even though I'm not a huge Call of Duty fan, my stepson is, so.
That's the most likely or least likely?
The most likely, sorry.
Okay.
Is that what you asked me first? Most likely or least likely?
It doesn't matter. In any order. Doesn't matter.
Most likely Call of Duty, least likely probably Super Lucky's Tale. So
that's you gonna play first?
No, I'm gonna play Call of Duty first. Matter of fact, I almost didn't even pick up Call of Duty. The only reason I got it was because my stepson told me he wanted it when he came down here for Thanksgiving. So I picked it up. I was actually content with the library that I have right now and not buying shit in November and just dealing with Assassin's Creed and PUBG and you know, and fucking with fucking shitty ass Cuphead. I hate that game. But like other than that, like I was content with those until the X came out, and then I was gonna finish up The Witcher. Because my backlog is like huge, you know.
Yeah, I bet.
Especially now with these Xbox One X enhanced titles coming out, you kind of want to go back and look at them again to see what the difference is. So, but I picked up Call of Duty today. But If I have to get Super Lucky's Tale, it's gonna be for my kid, my daughter. So outside of that, like that's my most likely and my least likely right there.
Okay, cool. Ironically, Super Lucky's Tale is probably like my either my first or second most likely pick. Honestly, that's because I really enjoy I love the character, the way it looks. I love the game looks fun. I like this reminds me of my childhood. It reminds me of like Super Mario 64. So if I had to pick, it'd probably be first game would probably actually be that Need for Speed game. It looks really sweet actually. Then Super Lucky's Tale, then Call of Duty, then probably Star Wars last because I feel like Force fan, don't get me wrong. I just don't. Even after the little beta that came out and playing the beta a little bit, I just don't. I'm still not 100% sold on the game. I mean, I like it. The multiplayer is fun. But that's probably going to be my least likely game that I buy in November. So, what about you, Live?
Are we just talking about what I'm gonna play first?
Yeah, in any order, I guess.
Yeah, I'll probably jump on Forza first. I'm gonna do Forza. I'm gonna do. You know what? Ooh, it depends. All right, see, this is what it depends on. I don't have Assassin's Creed yet, so if I have Assassin's Creed, then I'll play that first. If I don't at that time, and I decide to wait for whatever reason, then I'll play Forza, and then after that, I'm gonna play Gears. And I'm trying to remember what else did I get. I still gotta get Wolfenstein. So I mean, it's shit.
That's a loaded question, man. Because there's a lot of shit to play, and then like all those new titles coming out, they're gonna get enhanced that people want to go back.
Oh yeah, that's why. That's kind of why I said November.
Yeah, I want to play The Witcher too. Shit, I might go to The Witcher first. Oh, what
the fuck? I know this game's already out, so I said November. That's why I said November because we can discount Assassin's Creed, and we already know those games. We're gonna get you them games at some point, but if people don't already have them, but I'm talking about the games in November.
The release is in November.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the release is in November.
Out of November, probably. Man, November. I don't know if I'm getting called. You know what? I think I'm gonna go for the Game Pass. Then I'm gonna go get that. I'm gonna go get that GameStop Pro Pass for like $60, and you get the rent games and all that shit. I'm gonna get that, and then I'm gonna play COD and Star Wars. And what else comes out?
Those ain't gonna be on there.
Is that it?
No, those aren't gonna be on there. Those are for used games.
Yeah, I mean, you still want. Well, question: How long do you have to wait for the used game? Was it a month?
Well, no. I'm like, who's gonna turn in COD in Star Wars?
Well, there's gonna be some used games.
No, there's gonna be some people that I might have to wait.
Yeah, that turn it in. Yeah,
I might have to wait a week or two, but all right,
there's gonna definitely be some used games.
That shit might not be worth anything to
me. Especially with these games as a service type shit, they might turn that shit in, man. They can keep that shit for at least about 6 months.
Yeah.
Unless it's trash. Okay, like, fuck this game.
Good point.
Well, Wolfenstein might be on there.
Yeah, maybe by then. Wolfenstein probably will be. So, Chuck, it's on you, G.
All right, me. Look, first and foremost, person. So, Call of Duty, out of here. Second of all, Call of Duty, it looks like they want to be Battlefield. Yeah, out of here. So, before I play COD, I'm going to play Lucky Tale. So, COD, you out of here. But my most, but on some real stuff, my most anticipated one, I have to go with that Need for Speed because it caught me off guard. Because, you know what I'm saying, I ain't think for it to be like how it is. When I seen it, I was like, man, this might be fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? You see a game, it's like, they look like it's going to be fun. It's going to give you that wow factor. That's what that Need for Speed, when I was looking at it, it kind of reminded me of that Need for Speed, high pursuit. Like, it just give you that fun factor, like how it used to do. And I was like, okay, well, that might be more into the game I get for November. But, you know what I'm saying? They got the other games, like how Live would kind of drift out to about the games that's already out and this other stuff. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to try to stick to, like, when I put my when I had to put my foot first, it had to be Need for Speed and that Lucky Tales. To me, that's an afterthought. It's a single player game. It's a game. Okay, I get to it when I get to it. When I play it, it's gonna be like, okay, I got some downtime. I'm kind of burnt out of getting whooped on this game or playing this game. I'm tired of stressing my brain. You know, so then I get Super Lucky Tales. So that might be a game I get like in February next year. So I'm gonna get it, but it ain't gonna be, you know what I'm saying, one of the first ones. So, and Star Wars, I'm not a big fan of, but I do like the graphics and the look. So that's one of the games that I might get. It depends. That's a game that I would get influenced by by my peers, you know.
Yeah.
My peers say, oh, let's get Star Wars, and then, you know, saying that. So I'll use that one in a second though. Well, you know what I'm saying, that's how I kind of think about it.
Honestly, I still haven't even bought the first one, low key. That bitch is like $4 or something crazy. Like, it's super cheap. But I didn't even get the first one. I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, Star Wars is definitely. I played the beta. It was fun. Graphically, it's a beautiful game. I don't think there's just going to be enough people playing it. Like, and the people that are going to have it, that are going to play it, are going to play it for like a month, and then they'll be done with it. Like,
yeah, that's the scary part about it.
Like Destiny.
Yeah, kind of like this. It's kind of like Destiny too. Yeah, motherfuckers, you know, burned through the game in 2 weeks, did everything you could possibly do, and they're done with it. So, with Star Wars, and honestly, even the first Star Wars, there wasn't a whole lot of replayability, even in a multiplayer. Like, that's when your multiplayer kind of doesn't give you that wow replayability factor. I mean, that's all the game had going for it. There was no story. At least this time, there's different modes. There's a storyline. So that may be the saving grace of the game, but isn't sold on it. So I don't think that's going to be something I'm picking up right away. It may be later on, like 2-3 months down the line, probably. Or if you guys if I see all you guys get it, then I'll probably get it because, you know, we play together and shit like that. But that's not going to be, definitely not going to be a day one for me. But move on to the next topic, man. Got a lot of great stuff lined up. By the way, the chat is live, guys. Not only am I asking these questions to the panel, but I'm asking you guys live right now in the chat. So let me know what you guys think about everything we're talking about. If you have any questions that you may want to ask us later on, just throw them in the chat, guys. We will definitely get to them, all right? So next topic is, man, 2018 for Xbox, man. Or I should just change this to 2018 for gaming because 2017 has been it's been a decent year. It's been an up and down year for both systems. Microsoft has its up and down. Sony has its up and down. Nintendo, it's kind of riding this wave at this point with the whole Switch thing releasing earlier this year. So, what are you guys looking at on the landscape for 2018, man? As far as I guess we can say, specifically for Xbox, since playing on for the most part. But as far as like the landscape, I stress, we talked about this before the podcast actually started. That the hardware is here now. That's always kind of been an Achilles heel for Microsoft. They've been fighting an uphill battle when it comes to the hardware, but that's no longer an issue. So I'm banking on them stressing software for 2018 and beyond. So are you guys looking at it that way too, or you guys maybe got a different perspective? So I'll start with you live on this
one. Yeah, I think the software is the next thing to really drop. To be honest, especially people will be busy for probably, oh man, I'm trying to think, maybe well into January, because everything's going to be like, what does it look like on the X, I mean, I don't think we had anything like this before, because we never really had a mid-gen refresh that really
this is a big leap
was popping like that. The last time we had something was like the 32X, but even those games, they weren't really enhanced. You kind of had to buy a different game for it to really work, which is why it failed. And even with the Pro, it had some enhancements with it, but it wasn't like to the same
they're
level,
kind of minimal. They're minimal,
yeah, so right now, a lot of people are going to be like, yo, I got to see what that shit look. Just like, even if they don't even play it, they just want to see what the shit looks like on it, It's going to be no different than what PC guys have been doing for years when they get their PCs and go back to play their old games or buy old games that they've already played just to see how they look, on them. So, I mean, you're going to see a lot of that. But in the future, it'll be interesting to see how they utilize the power. I mean, they have a lot of it, so and
that's not really a question
limit for them. Yeah,
and I feel like, I don't mean to cut you off, but I feel like that's the devs too. I think Microsoft did this and say, okay, you know what, developers, the ball's in your court now. They kind of took a lot of excuses away Because we've heard this throughout the gen from different developers and publishers and even the media, so to speak. I don't even want to bring them up, but even the media, so to speak, with, well, it is just not, like the difference between the two, and oh, we're doing this one because of this reason, and oh, this one's going to be this resolution, this one's not. Now there's a definitive line drawn in the sand. Okay, this is what we all gave you because this is what you guys asked for. So what are you guys going to do with it? They're not pressuring anybody to do anything. They're not even pressuring anybody to enhance games to 4K or even push 4K. But their tools are now on the table. So, this is essentially a line in the sand for developers. This is all the power you ever wanted or needed. The most tools you'll ever get on any system up until this point. So let's see what you guys can do with it now.
You know what? I heard something interesting from Albert Pinello on that podcast Unlocked when when they were talking about the Ryzen chip. They were asking him, well, why didn't you use Ryzen chip? He was like, you always go for basically what the customers want, and you got to make it affordable, right? But even if you put in like the biggest, most powerful, you just stuff this box with all the specs, you're gonna always get devs that come back and say, well, I would have did this if I had more of that, because you always get devs that just try to push it. Be like, guess what? Oh, before the limit was here, but since they gave us this much, now we're going to push that bitch all the way up. So there's always going to be, some compromise within the hardware, always, because there is no infinite box that you can no PC, no nothing. Like you can't. There's nothing you could just be like, oh, well, yeah, they could do everything on it. No, it doesn't exist. Not yet, at least. Now, maybe when they get the cloud up and working, maybe. But until then, we don't have anything like that accessible to us. So, this is the best thing we got.
Sure. Okay. Cool. Good point. Good point. Prayer to on you, G.
Let me see. 2018. So, my sleeper hit is Ashen. I've been looking forward to that game for a hot minute.
I like the way you think, sir.
And quick question about Ashen. Maybe you know this. Is that a full Xbox exclusive, or is that going to end up being a multiplayer?
I think it's going to end up being a multiplayer.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I think Xbox has the market and been dealing with them for a while, because it's been with them. They've been working on this game since I think 2013. Their E3 announcement, I think it was on their show, on their stage, in their little sizzle reel. So it's kind of like how maybe they work some things behind the scene, but right now I think it's at least coming to Steam, to PC at least. I don't know if it's on PlayStation 4, but I don't know if it's got the whole Cuphead deal with it, but I know they've been working with these guys for a while on this game. So because I've been watching, I think it's Aurora 44 Studios. So I've been following this for a while. So I know. Right now, there's nothing been said. You know how that goes. Like they don't say if it's exclusive or not.
Not gonna say that.
They'll talk about it once it gets closer to launch. But right now, I think it's going to go multi-plat.
Okay.
Ashen's my sleeper hit. As far as Xbox, not necessarily exclusive, just titles. Far Cry, Anthem, of course.
Oh yeah, Anthem.
I have just this weird feeling it's going to get delayed.
Here you God damn you, man.
There's no basis in that. I just when you announce a game like that, this is EA. So when you announce a game like that, the way they announced it, they're making it seem like it's coming out in spring. And I just don't think that's gonna happen. I think you're looking at
how long have they been working on Anthem too? I feel like it's been at least a year and a half, maybe two.
They've been working on it for 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh? 5? Yeah. Jesus Christ. Okay.
It's built from the ground up for Xbox One X is what I thought I saw earlier today. So
wow.
See.
Okay.
I just mean, and you know how these developers do, getting a little bit off topic.
Well, the Xbox One X was in the planning since 2012.
12.
Yeah.
So it isn't just about when the game's ready; it's about what it's going up against and when's a good time for it. So, they don't want to release like Anthem when Far Cry 5 is coming out. I mean, like they wouldn't do something like that, or depending on what.
I don't know if Far Cry could really hurt Anthem. I think Anthem is a little, because Far Cry to me doesn't. It's not that big of a monster. It wouldn't now Fallout. Now that's a different story. Like,
yeah, but think of it this way: Far Cry is 5, Anthem is the first, and so if you're gonna pick something out of, you're gonna go with what you know, or you're gonna go with what's new. And if I'm personally, I would probably, just being me, I would either get both or probably go with Anthem first, because it's gonna be like, again, it's the game that's built up for like the textures and stuff like that made specifically for the Xbox. But a lot of people will be like, Far Cry 5 Anthem, I'm gonna go with this. And then again, you don't know what else is coming around that time period too. So like God of War may come out that week. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So like,
good point. Is Anthem slated for like a fall release?
No, it's slated for like I think what they said was late spring.
Spring, huh? Yeah, they said spring.
Okay. Oh
but
shit. Okay.
I think they're gonna delay it to October, November.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's still gonna be good timing though.
Yeah, as long as they don't release it during the holiday season, they should be good. But like, you know,
no, it could, that's a holiday game.
Yeah, you also got Sea of Thieves coming out. Apparently, hopefully, if they don't push that back.
State of Decay 2.
State of Decay, that's the other one I was thinking of too, and that's as far as that. I mean, and I mentioned God of War already, and I don't know what Nintendo has with their sleeves either. I think they may probably do like a Smash Brothers or something like that. We haven't heard anything from them for what they got coming out next year. But like the whole thing with 2018, it's just the first half of the year that we only know what Microsoft is doing. We have no idea what they're doing the second half of the year.
Yeah, E3 is going to be interesting to say the least.
So those are my picks, man. That's it.
Okay, cool. What about you, Chuck?
My picks. You know, Anthem is the number one, to me, is like the number one game to come out. So I gotta go with Anthem. You know, Far Cry. I was really interested in it when the hype first had came, but it's starting to like die down on me now. Like, you know, saying I'm not as interested in it as I was now. If Far Cry would have been a game that already, you know, it came out a little sooner, a little quicker, I think it would have still hold my attention. But that's one of the games where you announce it. For me, just they announced it too early, or they bringing it out too late. You know what I'm saying? That could have been a game announced it 3 months later, drop, and I go get it. Well,
I feel like with Far Cry, honestly, I feel like they're turning it into damn Assassin's Creed. It's a yearly thing now, you know?
Right.
I feel like
it's starting to get like that.
You know, yeah. So go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. My bad, Chip.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like for next year, I mean, it ain't too many games that I'm more interested in. You know, Sea of Thieves. That's a game I'm really interested in. I can't get in the beta. I want to play the game, but I guess that's the game. I gotta sit in parties and listen to Live Wire. I gotta listen to 100. I gotta listen to Flip. I gotta listen to everybody else in the party sitting up there talking about hee ha ha, and they having so much fun, and I'm like a little child that can't play with y'all.
Do I detect a little bit of saltiness? A little bit of saltiness?
A little bit. Man, I got high blood pressure right now.
Is that the adobo that I smell?
Is
that light adobo or is that full blown? Maybe it's Sazon.
Man, this is that salt that's $1. That's the cheap salt that really give you high blood pressure. I got that.
Oh man. The salt with the blue label that just say salt.
Salt. It says sodium.
A saltish product. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. But man, that's one of them games that I'm so interested in, because it's like I was a big ARC player. I said a lot. I was a big ARC player. The game remind me of, like, you know what I'm saying, a big open world that we can just, everybody can get into the game and just, you make the game how you want to make the game. You know what I'm saying? I like games like that where you could do it, you can play it the way you want to play it. You can make your own story. You could tell your own story. So that's one game I'm really interested in. State of Decay, I kind of got the same aspect. Like, it's going to be a game that if I need some help, boom, I can shoot a flare up and get somebody to come. I like those games where we could interact with each other. And if anybody know one thing about Microsoft, they mostly bring their games out in the fall. So if we getting these big hitters and they ain't said nothing yet, we're going to get some more games that's going to be announced. I think they're going to blow our brains away with the stuff they're going to bring out for this fall, next fall with the games they got coming. But my two that I'm anticipating just for this year that I know is that State of Decay, and the number one is that Sea of Thieves. Can I get an R?
Hey,
R. I'm telling you, y'all gotta play that shit, man.
Yeah, I played
put some new shit in there.
I'm in there.
Oh man, you another one?
Wait, you in there?
Oh man.
Yeah, what you mean?
Yo, Glenn, we can play tonight then.
Hey, look, Chuck here, man. Chuck, Chuck is still here. Shh.
Oh,
I ain't in it, Chuck. I ain't never played it, Chuck. Yeah, I don't know what he talking about, Chuck.
My fault. I'm saying we can do it one. Like I went in there by myself. I went in there with it was me and me and Flip went in there. I'm telling y'all, this shit is hot, yo.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You got to check out the stores. They got stores in there so you can buy shit now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot because that wasn't really available the last time I played.
Nah,
so
I haven't played that game in like 2 months, man.
Yeah, all the
places. You already know how you feel. No, listen, hey, he's not on the same side we are.
Man. I haven't. I ain't played it, man.
Let's go. I didn't know you.
Yeah, that boy Pred.
Yeah, I ain't saying I had a chance to play it.
Yeah, I put it down for a stretch because
we gotta stop doing this to Chuck, man. This is terrible. You know what, Chuck?
Am I the last man on Earth?
The whole Earth, all the Earth.
Yeah, you might. Yeah. Well, didn't they say you had to be in the insider program? Did you say that?
Yeah, that's what they had told me. You got to be in the insider program, and man, that's messed up. I got Sea of Thieves posters. I got Sea of Thieves t-shirts. I got Sea of Thieves posters. I got all this. I got a Sea of Thieves rug that I got myself. I got my whole pirate thing.
I'm gonna record some gameplay and send it to you just to piss you off.
Oh man.
No, it's up.
Too cold, man. Way too cold.
Hey, stomp me while I'm down.
I know, right? That's black on black crime right there. Fred, cut it out.
That's pirate on pirate crime.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, so that was good. Yeah, 2018 definitely going to be a big year overall in video games, man. Just the gaming in general, man. I feel like, especially on the Xbox side, it's going to be some things ramped up. I'm looking for some big software coming out for the later half of 2018 and early 2019. So that remains to be seen. So
wait a minute, because like there's two specific games we didn't even talk about.
What? What do we miss?
Crackdown.
You said Crackdown?
Red Dead and Crackdown.
Oh,
that's true. Good point.
You know why? Because we know those games. Everybody's gonna get those games when Crackdown is like people gonna get it just because of the mystery and especially if everything works the way it's supposed to. That multiplayer is gonna be lit.
Yeah.
And Red Dead. This is the only issue with Red Dead. I don't think it's going to blow like GTA. And the only reason why I say that is because
big. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, because the only reason why I say that is because certain people like GTA because of it's in the city. You drive cars, planes. Like some people don't want to get on horseback and stagecoach. Like some people because you got to remember a lot of people that bought. I don't think Red Dead outsold GTA 4.
Yeah, I don't think it did that.
Well, I'm not expecting it to be that big. Either.
Now, what I will tell you is GTA Red Dead's multiplayer was more lit than GTA 4's was, but obviously that was because GTA 4 was an older game, so they kind of started figuring shit out along the way, and then they finally really figured it. Because even we still had GTA 5 on the 360, but the multiplayer wasn't really popping like that. Not really until we really got to the X and the PS4.
Yeah,
that's when it was like, oh shit, this is some whole other shit right here.
Well, it's gonna be a big game. What
is? No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's gonna sell like 2 million. I'm just saying GTA 5 is like 80 mil or some crap like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's relevant. I don't think it's relevant.
Cars in the billions.
Like that's crazy. I'm saying Red Dead will do like 20. Like that's a small number and shit.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
I don't think it will be as relevant as long as GTA is. GTA has been going for like what 4 or 5 years now.
Longer than that. At least 4. Five. At least 5.
I give Red Dead, depending on how they do the multiplayer, I give it like maybe 3 max.
Well, because when's the next GTA probably going to come out? 2-3 years from now? What we looking at?
I say 2022.
You look. It depends on
2019.
Listen, man. As long as they keep on buying them shark packs, there's no incentive to make another one.
They eventually.
Well, once it starts,
they're already probably planning for the next one.
Don't get me wrong. I'm sure. I'm more than sure that they're already started on 6. What I'm saying is, we might not see it until the same year that the Dead Stranding comes on. Okay.
Xbox 5.
The burst.
That's what I'm saying. We might not see it for a good minute.
Yeah. Good point. Okay. Good point. Okay. So this next topic is gonna be fun, and I know Live gonna have a bunch of shit to say about this, man. I'm trying, even Fred. I feel like Fred. Matter of fact, I think all of us gonna have something to say about this. But so this is the I thought about this, man, earlier.
I guess because I ain't in Sea of Thieves, y'all leave me out.
Oh damn!
Chuck too, man. You gonna have something to say about it, Chuck. But so guys, the only thing what happened to VR? Okay, so I mean, this is a pretty inflammatory topic, man. I just know for a while there, for about a year and a half ago, it was this thing, and PSVR was coming out. Pre-orders were looking good there. We all kind of really had our reservations about it, and a lot of us still do. That's why none of us ever picked up any of that. But Oculus was popping, Vive was popping. There was this big wave, this big tech wave for people to get into VR. It literally just ceased to, not cease to exist, but I don't hear shit about VR anymore at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even see advertisements for VR at all. Like, it's not really, it's turned into like a 3D TV type deal. Like, so I want to start with you, Pred, on this one. So what happened in VR, man? I'm pretty sure you predicted that it kind of was going to be in this state, but I'm going to go ahead and let you talk, man.
Dude, anytime you have a peripheral like that, that's pricey, that kind of like segregates you from what the console is supposed to do, and makes you buy a piece of hardware just to play a game, it only has a short lifespan. I'm not gonna say VR is dead. I haven't gotten to that point.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
But like it's niche, and I hate using that word, but like certain people want it and certain people don't care for it, and certain people just don't want to abuse it. Like I'm a controller guy. Like I want to use a controller and play on the TV, and I want to be aware of my surroundings, not put some fucking mask on my face. So like people, like I've not tried it, so I really can't knock it and the gameplay experiences I have on it. But like when you spend that kind of money on that system, you want like super high tech shit. Like and the games that I've seen play on it, like they're
Zombie Taxi.
Yeah, like even like Lucky's Tales was a VR game initially, but like it's like the polygons are all fucked up. It reminds me of some shit you played back in like the 90s, so like it hasn't caught up with it graphically yet to what we're looking at when we're looking with our own two eyes on the fucking TV screen. So if it ever got to that point, then it'd be a different story. But right now you're playing games you could have played back in the 80s on it right now. And there's a couple of decent titles, but like someone said this, I don't know if it was Mooch or Crap or one of them two, but like it's an experience. It's a gaming experience, and it's something you put on your head for like an hour or two, and then you're done with it, and you're like, wow, that was cool, but like I don't want to do this shit every day, So,
Pred, let me jump in here. This is the issue with VR. Y'all ever go to like Disney World or Great Adventure where they put you in the airplane simulator? Mm-hmm. And you can see it's like, and it's not even, you're not wearing glasses. I think you're wearing 3D glasses, right? But the couch moves, like the chair moves up and down and all that shit. Yeah. It's cool for there. It's awesome for there. But if you told somebody, guess what? We could go to your house and hook it up. $200, we can hook up your couch. And every time you watch a movie or something, it'll move and jerk. You be like, I don't know about that shit. Like, I don't want to know that shit. Like, you see, don't get me wrong. It was cool for riding it here. But I don't want to have to deal with all that shit, because you know what the biggest issue is about VR? The people that are going to spend the money on it are older people. And when I don't mean older people as far as like in their 70s, I'm talking about us in their 20s, in their 30s, right? We have kids. Like the last thing I need to do was fucking like my kid, is crying about something. I got to pull off my VR headset, but I'm disoriented because I'm in VR land, so I'm stumbling and I can't really react the way I want to.
VR land, huh?
That's what I'm saying. I'm stumbling, falling into shit because in a controlled environment, it's awesome, right? If you go and pay $10 to go having a VR experience with a bunch of friends, they probably like you put the headsets on, you run around, you take them off, and they tell you to go over here and sit down to get your equilibrium back in order, right? But you don't need to do that shit when you're playing video games at home, unless you're playing VR.
I always said this, like I thought that maybe the model that they should have used, if you go back to like the old school Blockbuster videos and shit like that, like you can go in there and you could rent that. You could rent a video game system for the weekend, right?
Yeah.
That's what this model would be suited for. Like go to Best Buy, rent a VR headset for the weekend for your kids to play at a party or something like that. And
exactly.
take the shit back.
That's what it needs
and get like a fucking slew of games or something like that. That's the model that this should take, but it's not doing that. They're selling it to you and you're stuck with it forever.
Mm-hmm.
So that aspect of it would work. But like the way it is now, like the games aren't really like, there's a couple of like, okay, genres of games that are good. Horror games are good for this, but that's about it. Like you're not playing Madden with VR, it's like with the Kinect, like it's a good piece, it's a good device, but like there weren't really a lot of games for it, I mean, like it's good, like you can include the Kinect in certain games, but like it wasn't something you're going to buy a game for, and that's how I feel about VR. There's certain modes and games like you'll play in VR if it's included into the game that you're already playing, but you're not going to go out and buy like a shitload. Your whole library isn't going to be based off just a VR game, well, I got to get this game on VR next week. It's just, there's just not enough people playing it either. I don't think there's a whole lot of people that own PSVR.
Another big thing about the game too. Shout out to GKB, right hand man. He mentioned this a long time ago. When they first started even talking about PlayStation VR, just VR as a whole, it's really hard to market it because it's something you have to experience as opposed to trying to tell you like this is what it is and show you. It's really hard to get people excited about it without putting the contraption on their face. Like you can't it's like me describing a 4K TV over the phone. How the fuck am I supposed to do that? Like you have to see the TV. Like I can't really do it. So that's another aspect that really hurts it. I mean, a lot of these games, and the way video games work, and you get, you see trailers, you get excited about the trailer, you see gameplay demo, you get excited about the gameplay demo, you get a beta, things like that. You don't get any of that shit with a VR experience. Any of that. You have to go. You may go to you have to go to Best Buy or go to the actual one of the conferences to experience it, but you don't get. And that's why you just said that model would be perfect because you could rent it, use it for a birthday party, use it just to have it as an experience for a short period of time, and take the bitch back.
Yeah.
Rent it for $50 for 2 days, $60 for 2 days. And then bring it back, So I think the way they handled it and the fact that it's really, really hard to market without actually giving it to somebody to test really hurt it too.
Yeah, it's right. I mean, it's just a hard sell, man.
Yeah, it's a tough sell, and the fact that it was fairly expensive too. Let's not lie. I mean, that PSVR, what was it, $300? $399. Sorry,
it was like $399, but then you still had to buy the
you
bought everything.
So you can pretty much pay $500.
Yeah, essentially $500. You know what I'm saying? And that's just nobody's doing that. I mean, you had the whole pretty much had a separate goddamn console hooked up to the VR that's hooked up to the PlayStation. That gives the console. It was kind of ridiculous. It was kind of ridiculous. So Chuck, I know we didn't get your opinion yet, man. What do you think, man? Why what happened to VR, man?
I mean, VR is like you say, it's niche. Don't too many people want that. I mean, like we were saying, who want to put something over their face and they can't, and they got to be immersed inside the VR world or VR land, and you lose everything around you. Like if you got kids, you don't know what they got going on. You got to be. I mean, I'm a man, so I got to be the protector of the house. So I cannot be in a VR system and somebody breaking the house and I'm sitting there and they could come and rob us or whatever and I don't even know what's going on. I mean, you look at it like casual people that. Let's say, I mean, let's keep it real. You might got people that they be in the trap houses. They got Xboxes and PlayStation that they playing Madden and stuff like that. They would never put nothing like that on their head. And people like that, they the ones that waste a lot of just unnecessary money for casuals. You got people that's
hell, even kids. No parent's gonna want to stick that thing on their child's face. Like, what the fuck? I mean, not maybe some, kind of casually, but I mean, I wouldn't be like, oh, here, son, put this on your face for 4 hours. I'm not gonna. There's no way I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a thing.
Right. The first thing you're gonna tell a child is, man, step back from the TV. Don't stand so close to the TV.
Exactly.
So why would you put a TV in his eyeballs?
I can tell you right now what my stepson gonna do, man. He'll put it on. He'll be like, oh, this is really cool. Da-da-da. He'll play with it for like a day, right? And then he'll be like, okay, let me play Battlefield, let me play Call of Duty, let me play, you know, Spider-Man, let me play, like, he'll want to go back to the games that he's been playing, like the shooters and stuff like that. But like you said, it's a wrap, man. Like there's like you'll find 1 or 2 games on there that you like, and then next thing you know, you'll be like right back to the same old shit you were playing before. It's good for like an hour experience, like an hour or 2 at a time. But like I don't really see people just making that their main driving force to play games, you know?
Yeah. So what do you guys? So my boy Chris Hughes is talking about the VR, AR, the mixed reality, the HoloLens thing. I kind of want to answer that too, Chris. He wasn't really a question, but he said it's good. I still think even how, you know, as great as innovative as the AR, the whole HoloLens, I still think that's more applicable for like other things, not video games. I still think that's better for like educational purposes, for financial purposes, for medical purposes, things like that. I still think it's far more applicable in those areas, even security or military purposes, you know, as opposed to an actual video game. I mean, it's great to be able to like snap shit and, you know, do it on the wall and have like a 3D model, you know, like literally in your face and all this cool stuff, and you can manipulate it. But I still think that's more suited for like the other, and it's still not as affordable as it could be for like a normal consumer. You know, I think even that's far more expensive than like the VR would be.
The prices, but it ridiculous. Like to me, it's like it allows you to work more efficiently depending on what your job set is. Like imagine if you're I don't know, like
and like a doctor or a surgeon, you could do like, say you were showing like medical students, hey, this is how you do the surgery. That's perfect for, you know what I'm saying? You put a screen up, a big screen, you put the glasses on, and all the students are watching you do the surgery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a real person.
You can do it like that, or a surgeon could actually be performing surgery with the glasses on. So so they might have a camera that shows up in the HoloLens that shows them exactly what they're looking at. So it might, in that respect, it might eliminate a lot of
it could be a mechanic or
unnecessary issues,
anything,
preventable issues that they get.
It's funny y'all talk about this, but like I know I met a guy on this deployment I just went on, and he's working with virtual reality for that specific purpose for medical, to help people train and also help people rehab using VR. He's building programs for that now. So like that aspect of it, yes, but like for most peripherals in the history of video games, it's only as good as the software that works with it. So like if there's nothing there to use it with, it's just gonna die. Like the Kinect, like what was that little fucking robot they had for the Nintendo? Like that. Like if there's something that's gonna run that, like they keep a steady influx of you know, software to power that, like it's gonna die at some point in time because people are just gonna get tired of it. Like again, okay, you know, you're looking at the Kinect. Look at, when's the last time you heard of a God damn, I can't think of the name of this shit that we used to use all the time. A companion app that you use with your tablet for a video game. You don't see that anymore because they don't make games like that anymore because no one's using it. You know, so like same thing's gonna happen with VR, AR, whether it's mixed reality. If it's too expensive and it's gonna cost too much money for people to use, and they're not making enough stuff for it to actually run it, no one's gonna use it, and it's just gonna die. Something else is gonna come along later.
And if it takes too much effort to use, like you got to hook it up, put it on your face, do all this type of stuff. People are lazy; they don't want to do it. I mean, the whole purpose about technology. The whole purpose of technology is for people to get lazy. That's why they invented the remote control, so you ain't got to get up and push a button. You know,
lazy ass Americans.
Oh, here you go. Good point. So everybody in the chat right now, once again, the chat is live. So if you have any questions, throw them in there as of right now. Man, we're having a good old discussion, guys. Chime in. Don't be scared to, you know, say hello in the chat if you just jumping in recently now. We're going to go ahead and move on to a topic. And you guys know what I do, man. It's the fun time of the show. This whole show is fun. Don't get me wrong. But this is the fun time of the show where I throw in that left field question, guys. So I got a good one today. And once again, viewers, this is for you guys too. So let me know what you guys think about this question too. So I got a good one, man, and I think it's gonna be fun. So I changed the question a little bit because it was gonna be something a little bit more provocative, but I changed it. So this is pick a video game that describes your life. A video game title, like the title of a video game, and that describes your life. It doesn't have to be at this point. Maybe at one point in your life, it doesn't have to be present day, but just at one point, a video game title that you would think that would describe your life. So once again, guys, in the chat, this is for you too. So a video game title that describes your life. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple seconds to think about this. I'm not gonna start with nobody yet because I feel like this is gonna be something that's kind of difficult. Yeah, go ahead and get that phone out. Ask Siri, Google, do what you got to do to figure it out. You got one, Chuck? You ready to go?
Man, yeah, I got one. Came straight to the top of my head. As soon as you say it, they're like, bling, got it.
What is it?
Mafia 3.
You doing it like, is there something we don't know about you, Chuck? Is that what you saying?
The life.
Yeah, it's just the whole thing of the lifestyle that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not, you know what I'm saying, it's exaggerated, but like the people I deal with, the people I got dealings with, the things that, you know what I'm saying, I've been through, things that I do. And then the thing about it is the atmosphere is in Louisiana. I'm from Louisiana, so the way that game look and the things that goes on in that game, it actually still goes on in Louisiana today. The stuff that we have to do, and you know what I'm saying, on the other type stuff that, you know what I'm saying, that's in Mafia 3, yeah, it still be about that. I know what I'm saying, you know, things go like that. So if I had to find a game that kind of described like the way I live and my atmosphere, just make sure everybody know that the game is a little bit more exaggerated than actual life is, but you know, it's like that.
Yeah. Okay, Mafia 3. Anybody got anything else, man? Fred, you got something?
I'm thinking still. I don't know if y'all ever remember like the Division, like how they had like the live action movie they had or whatever, and like everyone's just kind of sitting around just doing this random shit, and then the fucking phone rings or watch goes off, whatever, and they just stop everything they're doing and they just bail out. That's what that reminds me of, like the last 20 fucking years I spent in the military, man. That's how it happens. It always happens that way. Like I'm literally sitting around. It actually happened. I got recalled for Houston when I was doing a podcast with the guys from one of the podcasts I did that comes on tonight, actually. Quest podcast. Yeah, I was in the middle of the podcast and I got recalled to go to Houston. Like and it's happened like that through my entire career. Like it's like a last minute thing. Like I get a phone call, like, yo, you gotta go. And it's like that's how I feel. Like when I started seeing the Division, that live action trailer, I was like, yep, I've been there. You know, like been in that situation plenty of times where, like, you know, you're just sitting around, mind your own fucking business. I've been out in bars. I got recalled on Xbox Live once. I'm not even joking. So like in that instance, like, you know, you stop what you're doing and you just like, I gotta go pack my bag and get my shit ready to go where the fuck I'm going next. And like, I know a lot of people that listen to your podcast or like, you know, that like I had a couple of friends in the military that listen to my channel and watch my podcast that I'm on. But like most of the people here don't know me. They don't know what my career was or what I actually did in the military. So like it's hard for them to fathom that actually happening. But that shit happened all the fucking time. You know, I was just gone. So like when I see the Division, I see the guys, the characters that you create in the Division, and like they have to just react to like a last minute instance, like something that happens, like that's like 9/11, Iraq, Afghanistan, all the places I've been in my career have basically been that way. It's like I get a phone call, yo, we gotta go. And it's very rare that I've had more than like, you know, a week or two to prepare for most of the movements I've been on. So
Okay, I got one, man. I just thought about it. It just came to I heard my kids outside of my room running around playing, and I got one popped in my head. Mine would be Zoo Tycoon. I know that sounds pretty bad, but I do a lot of stuff. I got a lot of kids that, you know, not all of them are mine, but I take care. I have a lot of responsibility to a lot of kids. My wife, you know, my job, things like that, and it just sometimes it feels like a zoo, you know, but that's my life. You know, I got to manage it like you would in a video game. You know, sometimes shit break. You got to run over there, fix that, go back to whatever I was doing. So it feels like that sometimes. I feel like that's a perfect. That describes my life, right there.
I can co-sign for this too because I played on live with him, and it's like, hold on, Prayer, let me take care of something real quick. And he goes out and his kids and comes back and we play for like 20 minutes, and his wife comes in there and yells at him. He stops for like 15, 20 minutes and comes back. So like, I can co-sign for this one, y'all. This is no shit. Zoo Tycoon is perfect for him.
Yeah, everybody says that. Yeah. I gotta level up, man. I gotta grind and level up, man, to get through the day for sure, man. Fuck that. You think that Destiny grind is hard, man? Try my life, man. Fuck all that shit. Anyway, so Alive, you got one, G?
Yeah, man. Life is strange, bro.
Oh, okay.
That's the title. That's the title of my life. Life is strange. Anything that can happen possibly can happen. You never know.
Oh shit. He about said Octodad.
Octodad. No, that's for him, yeah.
This shit he about. Anyway, go ahead, Live, man. Why you Life is strange, man? Why does that fit, man?
Because shit happens, man. You just can't never tell. Life is just crazy. I always bump into people that I ain't like. It's always like I bump into people that I'm meeting for the first time, but they know somebody that I know from like 6 degrees of separation and shit. I'm like, God damn, how the fuck does this always happen? That should be crazy, yo.
I don't know. At some point, Live, you got to look in the mirror, man.
Yo, or it'd be like shit, like yo, me and my boy, my man Yaki from college and shit. Yo, it don't matter where the fuck I go, this motherfucker always be there. Like it should be crazy, yo. Like one time we took a trip down to Miami, me and my other homies. All of a sudden, this motherfucker. I'm like, Yaki, what the fuck? Is you following us?
Hey, you posting on Facebook and Instagram?
Huh? Nah.
You posting on Facebook and Instagram?
Nah, we don't even be doing shit like that. Like he just be there, yo. He just be there. That should be crazy, yo.
So everybody in the chat, man, let us know, man. Describe your life, man. One video game title to describe your life, man. So, man, this is pretty good, man. I had a lot of fun today, man. The show is definitely winding down, guys. You guys know me in the 60 minutes for sure. But if we're gonna take any more questions, guys, go ahead and throw them in the chat right now. Once again, I just want to appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. It's coming. Gonna be doing more streaming. Gonna be doing a lot more stuff for the channel, doing daily videos now. So I got another video I gotta pump out tonight. So man, feeling good though. Good energy, good podcast, man. So once again, guys, if there's anything you guys want to ask us, go ahead and throw it in the chat right now before we wrap things up. Anything you guys want to cover that I may have missed?
Vampire comes out in November.
Oh, Vampire, that game. Oh shit, that's a multiplayer, right?
Yep.
I forgot all about that game.
I must have overlooked it. I ain't never seen it. What's Vampire? I ain't never seen that one.
What you mean you never seen it? You gotta,
what? You're like a vampire. It can't. They
first, stuff like that.
I don't think first show to E3. I think they should have last year.
It's been delayed like once or twice already.
Yeah, who's making it right now? Who's making it? I don't remember
the studio that made Life is Strange.
Oh, so this well. Okay, hold on.
I might have seen
Wait,
it.
There, that's odd.
I'm about to go look it up.
Yeah, it's like quietly.
It
was supposed to come out like a couple months ago, but they pushed it back.
Okay, it's being published by Focus Home. Okay.
Yeah. We didn't talk about the X releasing this week. Paris Games.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that either. Well, I feel like the X. I mean, I kind of talked about that. We talked about that on the previous podcast. How we? I mean, I think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be Twitter for blow up that day for sure. It's going to be a lot of. Well, it can either be really good or really bad depending on what the fuck what's going on with Amazon. If everybody get their shit on time.
And that's where I was about to go with the question. Like, it was like, like what the reaction is going to be, the aftermath of the X release.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people they're going to be wilding. Everybody's going to be putting up all kinds of gameplay and shit. And it's going to be like Christmas.
Digital Foundry. Ooh, that's going to be a crazy website to go to.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
That shit's going to be crazy. Especially for
people. They can't,
Digital
Foundry, I mean, they've said nothing but great things about it. I mean, I'd be surprised if they decide to switch.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that.
No. It's going to be the ultimate flip now.
Oh,
Xbox gamers are going to be like, speak their truth. And PlayStation will be like, they got bought off. So
no, I've already started to see some people tweeting out, well, I'm not playing these games for graphics. I don't play games for that. But about a year and a half ago, it was that 900p. How do you like that? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, to their credit, 900. I mean, resolution isn't necessarily graphics. It's a sharper image, but it doesn't necessarily. I mean, because Rise looked better than a lot of stuff, and that shit was not.
Oh no, absolutely. But what I'm saying is that narrative is the same. that still doesn't change the narrative. You know, you can't just whether or not. It's not. I know it's not specific. You know, we know what graphics are.
Yeah, because you know what? We keep on hearing people say, "Well, why did y'all said that resolution didn't matter, and now y'all you touting 4K?" I'm like, no, we're touting 4K textures. That's a fucking difference than for just 4K. 4K alone doesn't mean shit without the goddamn textures.
Yep. No, good point.
I know how you kill them with all that. If graphics didn't matter, you would still be on the 360 or the PlayStation 3. You wouldn't have no purpose of coming over, and especially in the beginning. If you was a day one person, 9 times out of 10, the only thing you got from the that 360 and PlayStation 3 didn't have was graphics. So if you came over early, you wanted to see the better versions of the games. So that's pretty much, you can't nobody lie about it. That's what you wanted to see.
Yeah, good point.
I would test anybody out there right now that has a game that's available on Xbox or PlayStation and on PC to play the console version of the game, right? Especially with Play Anywhere, you can do this, right? Download that same game on Windows 10 on your Play Anywhere and play it with the lowest settings possible, and then tell me textures don't matter.
Oh man, that shit is horrible, bro. I tried to play Quantum Break. I tried to play Quantum Break on the low settings, and like, mind you, my PC ain't that strong, so I could play shit like fucking Cuphead, but I can't really play Forza or nothing that really pushes it like that. Like, and people be like, "Oh no, Forza's not." I can more easily play Gears than I could play Forza on Horizon. Oh my god, that should be. Oh my god,
I tried playing Recore when it first came out in Forza Horizon 3 on my Surface, right? And I'm like, no, like people, like you see these Digital Foundry videos, and like people, like they're like, oh, they're just making fun. And I'm one of the same people. I'm about to contradict myself before I even say this shit. I'm one of the same people. Like, you're not gonna notice that frame rate drop when you're running at full speed or driving at full speed. However, you will notice that texture when you're playing a game,
for sure.
Pops the shittiest textures possible, low settings versus a game you can play on 4K with textures. You will notice that, especially if you're playing for hours at a time. It sucks. It looks like shit.
Yeah.
You know, well, you're not gonna notice.
Now think about this. Think about this. You don't even got to go that far, Fred. Just go play some of them back compat games that you've been wanting.
Yeah.
Go play a couple of them back compat games you've been wanting, and try and sit down and get through an OG Xbox game. You like, I don't know if I really
like
play this.
Man. Like,
The only game I've played is Ninja Gaiden, because I heard it actually looked good.
It looked good. Yeah, it actually looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, but I haven't I've seen people post Star Wars, and even though I know it's a good game, I didn't play the original. So I gotta read. You know, it's a lot of you asking me to do a lot, like go back to a game I never really played. And it's not the prettiest, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little hard, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Good point. So, is there anything else you want to cover before we wrap it up? Anything in the chat, guys? Before we wrap it up here, man, we've definitely had a good show.
Paris Games Week was cool. PlayStation did what they supposed to do. Okay. If you don't have the power, you show the games. That's what they did.
That's what they did. So yeah, I mean, and let me say my piece on this subject. I did do a video kind of touching on this a little bit. Okay, from everything I seen. Okay, I know everybody's like this single player experiences. From everything I seen, okay, based on what I saw, first of all, a lot of them games we knew about any damn way. Okay, second of all, a lot of them still didn't have any hard release dates. Okay.
I don't think any of them did, actually.
I don't think any of them did. So it's nice to see that. But about 6 months ago, we were complaining because they were doing the same thing, putting out these games and not putting out release dates, and then we don't get them for 3 or 4 years or 2 or 3 years down the line. So we can't all of a sudden be super happy. And, you know, don't get me wrong, it's great to see progression and new trailers and new gameplay. But, I mean, come on now. Let's not be hypocrites. Third thing is that I love single player games also too. I really do. I really enjoy single player games, but we all know multiplats run the show. When it comes to multiplats, when it comes to these multiplayer games, they have legs. They last a lot longer than a single player game. You know, as much as I like a single player game, they're not something that they'll push a console. You know, a lot of great games. There's only really a few, if you really think about the landscape of games, that are really just monsters. You know, God of War is a monster. Halo was a monster. Mario was any Mario was a monster. But that's really only a handful. Outside of those, I mean, it's like, okay, that Tashimi game looked great, but when is that bitch coming out? That'll come out with Death Stranding. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
That shit's probably not gonna, like, people think. I don't think that shit's gonna move units like they think it is.
It might. It might. I mean, even if it does,
I don't see it. You know why? Because it's not, and it's not because the game doesn't look good, not because it don't have a good story. We don't know shit about that. Let's say it's a perfect game, right? It's still not gonna move units because look at the type of games that people buy. If it has a gun, then the shit's gonna move units, right? But if it doesn't, if it's
a ninja, I'll fuck with a ninja game.
Yeah, look at Bloodborne. Bloodborne didn't really, that shit only did 3.
It sold it sold above expectations, I think.
Yeah. I look at it this way. It's from a business standpoint. Like
poorly. Huh?
Like Live, you say it ain't gonna move units, and you're right.
No. I don't mean it's not gonna move anything. I don't think it's gonna move units like people thinking it's gonna.
Yeah, like, and I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
They got like 60 mil, so it should move 3. That's what you think it should. I mean, but their expectation might be like 5. I don't know.
Well, it depends. Let me say this real quick, and this is what I was trying to get the point I'm trying to get across. Like, there's a bell curve, right? Like, at some point, everybody who wants a PlayStation 4 has a PlayStation 4. You don't need to move units anymore. So, like, it will move the game if that's what you're talking about as far as units. If that's what the theory you're saying, it's going to move game units. Like,
I'm not talking about consoles.
Like, yeah, if you're talking about consoles, like that's not a console seller because everyone at this point has already got their console. Like, it also depends on when that game drops too.
I was just gonna say
that's true.
Because Bloodborne, if you think of Bloodborne came out, there was nothing out when Bloodborne came out. It came out like March. There was nothing out.
But you know about those games too? It's some of it's strategic and some of it's luck because.
Well, yeah,
like Bloodborne came out when there was nothing else available, but nowadays, like look at this year, 2018. If Microsoft had another game or Sony has another game, right?
Well, stop. Where the fuck are they gonna put it? What was supposed to come out this year?
This year for
Xbox?
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves Crackdown
3. No, at the beginning of the year.
Oh, at the beginning?
The Dragon
Scalebound. Fable, and I thought Sea of Thieves was originally supposed to come out at the beginning of the year too. But the thing is, you're right, Live. Those units wouldn't have moved. Like those games, the PlayStation sold this year probably would not have sold as well. It wouldn't be so much hype around those games because they were just, they were in my eyes. I have Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, nobody's playing that anymore.
It's a basic game, right?
Nobody's.
It's Tomb Raider with robots, and in my eyes, that's how I felt about when I played it.
Yeah.
They hype nobody's playing the graphics, but no one's playing it right now. They'll play it. They'll pick it up here in December.
After 30 days,
DLC.
That game was a wrap. Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, but like it moved units because there was nothing else out to compete against it. Like we didn't have anything out on the Xbox side to compete against that game except for Halo Wars 2, and the same thing with all like the Zelda was gonna sell. Mario's gonna sell, but
But you know what's going to be different this time? You know what's going to be different this time around? Is because now that Xbox is going to have the definitive multi-plat. When a multi-plat comes out, people are going to run to the Xbox to buy that shit.
Yeah.
But when the Sony exclusive comes out, that's when they're going to run to the PlayStation to buy that shit.
That's what they're banking on. That's why I said the hardware. This is the first time in generation where that's no longer an issue. That's not even a thought as far as hardware now. We don't have the narrative of the difference in power, the ease of use, ease of development. That's not an issue anymore. So that's why I'm banking on 2018 for Xbox specifically to be the year of the software, 2018 and beyond, obviously, because that's no longer an issue at all. You don't have to answer those questions anymore. That's been put to bed, at least for anybody who has any sense, has been put to bed. Now, when the PlayStation 5 drops, whether it be 2 or 3 years from now, then that conversation will start back up. But until then, software is going to be, what's going to move the rest of the generation forward.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so great show, guys. I know we ran a little over, guys. I know I'm over my budget, but it's only a couple minutes, no big deal. So we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Once again, I just do want to say, everybody, thank you for the support. on the channel. Once again, everybody, thank you guys for coming out. All live viewers, man, please subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. I do reply to all my comments, so drop a comment if you want to ask me anything or just chit chat on the video, and I will go around the panel, guys, as I always do. Let everybody know here where they can find you if they're looking for a podcast to follow or another YouTube channel to follow. Man, everybody here has great content, so we'll start with you, Fred. Let everybody know where they can find you, G.
Oh man, everywhere. If I'm not in a chat on a podcast, I'm on Twitter all the fucking time. Predator_H2OS on Xbox, on Steam, on PlayStation 4. I'm on Switch as well under some groups and numbers and shit that I can never remember.
This is social.
Yeah, I'm always on Twitter. You can always find me on there. But also my podcast, Xbox After Party, is Sundays at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Obviously here. I'm on the next podcast on Saturdays, and every now and then you might hear me on Crossfire as well. So hit me up. Make sure you guys follow me on YouTube and Twitter. And,
yeah, thanks. Man, I need to hit you up. I kind of want to get in on one of your podcasts on Sunday, G. I don't work that.
Dude, I did my first podcast like a week and a half, 2 Sundays ago, and then like my audio was jacked up. At least I thought it was, and then I didn't find out till after the fact. So then, and I had military training the next weekend, so actually this Sunday will be my second podcast. So
okay, for sure, man.
I'm still trying to figure out the bugs and try and work through it, but yeah, we'll get you on, man. If you get up early enough.
Yeah, for sure. And everybody, go ahead and go to subscribe to Fred, man. If you haven't checked out his content, man, great gamer, man, great point of view, man. As unbiased as possible. You know, one of the most unbiased gamers I've met since I've been doing this. So great channel, man. Go subscribe. Live, man. Let everybody know where they can find you, man.
Oh man, it's your boy Livewire. You know, the guy with the sharp tongue that really be pissing PC dudes and PlayStation dudes, and I don't know, man. I piss people off, man. I just be saying shit, man.
Troll live.
Yeah, I might be a troll. I might be a bit of a troll, but I am respectful to an extent. and I'm fucking honest. Like, you know, like, hey man, you don't gotta agree with me. Like, that's the thing I always tell people. You don't gotta agree. Like if I tell somebody I think Super Lucky's Tale is better than The Last of Us, it might sound absolutely ludicrous. But guess what? You can't make me change my mind if that's the way I feel. You could tell me my opinion sounds ludicrous, but it can't be wrong. It can't be wrong.
So guys, go subscribe to Live too, man. He has entertaining podcasts. He's regular on the show here. He does have his own podcast that he does. It's not daily, is it? A couple times a week he throws something.
I do mine sporadically. I try to do it when I get time, man. It's hard.
Yeah, click the notification bell, man. If you subscribe, click the bell. That way you can see whenever he throws something up on the channel, guys.
So, yeah, I surprise myself when I throw shit up.
Yeah. All right, man. Last but not least, man, the only guy that's on Xbox that has not gotten in the goddamn Sea of Thieves beta. I'm sorry. My boy.
Yeah. Y'all lucky. I make all y'all walk the plank.
He said make all y'all walk the plank.
You gotta have a game for that.
Yo, they just gave it. Oh shit! Damn. They just gave us that feature too. Well, actually, no. We can lock your ass up in the brig.
Oh man! Oh, good luck! Oh wow! All right, go ahead, Chuck. Man, go ahead, Chuck.
All right, right now the saltiest game into Sea of Thieves come out. You can find me on Twitter, your Xbox. You can find me on YouTube. YouTube, you can find me right here with BLAM. You know what I'm saying? With K Mega on Fridays, Kano on Mondays, and then on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Central. I'm doing the Vibration podcast about Marvel, DC, comic books, anime, and video games. So it's kind of like a mixture of all that. And we kind of like, I had my first podcast. It was magnificent. We had fun. We talked about a lot of comics. If you're not too big on comics, it's still for you because we kind of break a lot of stuff down. So it give you a little bit of the lore of what's going on, and it's going to help you, like, get a graph of like some of these comic book characters, and then we do what we do, like how we doing here. We have fun and we gamers.
For sure, guys. For sure. Check that out too. He just started that, man. So it's a great podcast, man. I still got to give you feedback, bro. I ain't finished watching the whole thing, but I definitely I'll DM you some feedback when I get done with it. But anyway, I'm PTK Blam, obviously the host with the most friendly neighborhood gamer, man, and a bunch of other goddamn aliases. But you can find me across the board, PTK Blam on Xbox. It's at my first and last name. Actually, on Twitter, it's not PTK Blam. I need to change that shit. Um, and obviously here on the podcast, guys, every Thursday, man, at 5 p.m. I believe it's Mountain Time. 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Also, guys, I am doing daily videos now. If you haven't heard or if you haven't seen, I do have a video going up tonight too. So look at just wait on content from me every day. You'll be seeing brand new stuff, guys. And a couple of us here also have a couple things we're working on. Kind of a conglomerate. We're gonna figure some things out. We're gonna be streaming soon, so that's gonna be real fun. So you guys can look forward to that, man. But once again, I want to say just thank you for everybody supporting us. Everybody here that was watching live, man. Thank you guys for checking us out. We'll see you guys next week. We out of here, man. Peace out.
All right, later.
Go Cowboys.
All right.
Zeke.
Who that?
Zeke.